Hi, my name is Erin Dean, and I'm the resident agent in charge of Office of Law Enforcement for Southern California, and this is your Region 8 Roundup.
Recently, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announced its 2013 Recovery Champions. Among the award winners honored for their work in the Pacific Southwest region were Jesse Bennett from California and the 9-person interagency Devil's Hole Pupfish team in Nevada. Service employee Jesse Bennett from the Carlsbad Fish and Wildlife Office was selected for his leadership and commitment to improve the status of the endangered Southern California distinct population segment of the mountain yellow-legged frog. His efforts to secure more than $300,000 in funding, in combination with over $2 million in support from partner agencies, has resulted in habitat improvements and greater knowledge about the species biology. The interagency team working on the Devil's Hole pupfish was recognized for their leadership, teamwork, and innovation in helping to conserve the Devil's Hole pupfish. The team utilized new and creative methods to successfully hatch and rear Devil's Hole pupfish in captivity and decrease the serious risk of extinction to the iconic species. As a result of their collaborative efforts, there are currently 30 captive Devil's Hole pupfish in a new facility designed specifically for pupfish conservation. In Southern California, wildlife inspectors helped return several Native American artifacts to the Hopi and San Carlos Apache tribes in Arizona. The artifacts were up for auction last year in France, and after the Hopi tribe's attempt to halt the sale of these cultural items failed, the Los Angeles-based Annenberg Foundation stepped in and purchased many of the items on behalf of the tribes. One relic, over a century old, contained a golden eagle feather which is prohibited from import and export under the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act. Working closely with the Foundation and the Office of the Solicitor, service law enforcement and wildlife inspectors were able to get permission to allow the objects into the country. By contacting the Service and Office of the Solicitor to find out what exactly was needed to import these artifacts, the Foundation was able to reach its goal of returning culturally significant artifacts to the Hopi and San Carlos tribes. Last month, Secretary of the Interior Sally Jewell traveled to Northern California to highlight the East Contra Costa County Habitat Conservation Plan. The Habitat Conservation Plan was approved by the service in 2007 and covers nearly 175,000 acres. The plan also provides protection for 28 imperiled species, including the San Joaquin kit fox and red-legged frog. The Secretary led a discussion on the importance of habitat conservation plans, a mechanism for collaborative conservation within the Endangered Species Act. She called the county's Habitat Conservation Plan a model of how community partners can work with the service to ensure that conservation and recovery of species go hand in hand with economic activities and development, saying that through the collaborative approach, communities no longer need to choose between protection of wildlife and a strong economy. Near the Jacumba Mountain Wilderness, the service, along with California Department of Fish and Wildlife and the Bureau of Land Management, worked to place radio collars on endangered Peninsular Bighorn sheep. The ruggedness of the environment and size of the habitat area, plus restrictions on vehicle use within the Jacumba Mountain Wilderness, makes capturing sheep on foot impossible. So the sheep are captured and transported via helicopter to the processing team. The team will douse the animal in water to keep them cool, then collect blood and other samples before fitting the sheep with a radio collar and GPS pod. After the collar is fitted, the sheep is transported via helicopter back to where it was captured and released. In all, the process takes about 60 minutes. With the GPS information gathered from the collars, partner agencies may be able to reduce stressors on the endangered bighorn. In addition, the data may help determine if future road crossings need to be constructed to reduce the likelihood of the bighorn being struck by vehicles. That's it for this edition's highlights on Region 8 Roundup. Until next time, I'm Cindy Sandoval.